Direct News TV. March 25, 2024. Russia-Ukraine war live news, at least 7 injured as missiles hit Kyiv. A 3-story building in central Kyiv has been badly damaged in a Russian missile attack as missile debris fell in 3 other districts of the city, according to local officials. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko says at least 7 people have been injured in the Pechersky district of the capital. Russia's new units sufficiently staffed, but resourcing problems expected, UK intelligence. The British Defence Ministry says Russia's new army units will likely be a mix of mechanized, armoured, artillery and logistics. It is a realistic possibility that these new formations are linked to previous new unit announcements and planned brigade-to-division uplifts, the ministry wrote on X in its intelligence update. Given Russia's successful recruitment efforts, it is likely that the units can be sufficiently staffed. However, given Russia's limited training, widespread use of legacy equipment, and infrastructure issues, it is likely these units will suffer similar resourcing problems. Last week, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu announced that Russia would create 2 new armies this year. Key events on Day 760 of Russia's war on Ukraine. It's Day 760 of the war, and these are some of the key developments. Russia's defense ministry said its forces destroyed 11 Ukraine-launched drones over the southwestern Russian Rostov region. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said efforts to restore power supplies were underway in various regions. Volodymyr Kudrychkai, the chief of Ukrenergo, said the latest wave of strikes caused damage of at least €90 million, $97 million. Poland demanded an explanation from Russia after a missile strayed briefly into Polish airspace during a major attack on Ukraine. 1 person killed in Russia's Belgorod region, Governor. At least 1 person has been killed from the Ukrainian shelling in the Grey-Voronsky urban district of Russia's Belgorod region during an evacuation of residents, according to the governor of the Belgorod region, Vyacheslav Gladkov. Several cars were hit by the enemy. 1 person died during the evacuation. We have never had such stories. The situation continues to remain extremely difficult, Gladkov said. He added that the military gives food packages and medicines to the residents who remain in the village of Kozinka of Grey-Voronsky district. Last week, Gladkov announced that 1,200 children from areas most at risk will be temporarily transported to other Russian regions, and he said that about 9,000 people have asked to be evacuated. Russia claims killing 120 Ukrainian soldiers near occupied Avdiivka. Russia's defense ministry says the situation on the front line in the direction of Avdiivka, which its forces captured last month, has improved. Servicemen have repelled 10 counterattacks of 25th Airborne, 59th Motorized Infantry, 53rd, 47th Mechanized Brigades of the AFU, Armed Forces of Ukraine, near Novogorodskoy, Umanskoy, Tonenkoy, Semyonovka, Pervomoskoy, and Berdychi, Donetsk People's Republic, the ministry wrote on Telegram. It added that Ukraine lost up to 120 servicemen, 6 tanks, 2 armored fighting vehicles, and 2 motor vehicles, during the battle. Ukraine has not commented on the attack so far. Zelensky marks Security Service of Ukraine Day. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has marked Security Service of Ukraine Day, thanking all the employees of the SU Special Forces who bolster the country's defenses. We rely on the fortitude of its special forces on the front lines. The SU's strength also aids in countering enemy operations against Ukraine's internal unity. And we are confident that the SU's effectiveness as a key component of our defense and security forces will bring our shared victory closer, Zelensky wrote on X. I am grateful to all SU employees who work tirelessly for Ukraine. May the memory of all SU warriors who sacrificed their lives to defend our state and people be blessed, he added. Number of casualties after Kyiv attack rises to 7, Mayor. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko has updated the number of those injured in the Pechersk district to 7 people after Russia's early morning attack. 2 of them are hospitalized. Others were treated by medics on the spot. Rescuers continue to clear the debris, he wrote on Telegram. Next to the destroyed premises of the state educational institution is a dormitory where there were many people. Fortunately, there was no damage, and no one was injured. Kyiv missile attack injures at least 5 people. At least 5 people, including a teenage girl, have been injured during Russia's attack on Kyiv this morning. 5 people were injured in the Pechersky district. 3 were treated at the scene. 2 were hospitalized, Kyiv's mayor Vitaly Klitschko wrote on social media. Earlier, he said one of those being treated in hospital was a 16-year-old girl. Ukraine's top diplomat calls on allies to supply more air defense weapons to Kyiv. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba has called on international allies to supply more air defense weapons to Kyiv following this morning's attack. There are no atrocities Russian B would not commit, including an attempt of a ballistic strike at the heart of a multimillion city, Dmytro Kuleba wrote on X. This is a reminder that Ukraine urgently requires more air defense, particularly Patriot systems and missiles capable of repelling any Russian attack. Ukraine maintains high energy imports after Russian attacks, ministry. Ukraine's energy ministry says the country maintained high electricity imports and planned no power exports after Russian attacks on the energy sector. For the current day, electricity imports are forecast at 14,887 megawatt-hours, MWh. No exports are expected, the ministry said in a statement. Last week and over the weekend, Russia attacked Ukrainian generating and transmission facilities, causing significant blackouts in many regions. Separate overnight Russian attacks prompt emergency power outages in Odessa. Ukraine's top energy provider, DTEK, has said emergency power outages are in place in Odessa after an overnight Russian air attack damaged one of the high-voltage facilities. The situation remains difficult, DTEK said on Telegram. In order to reduce the load on the network, electric transport will not operate in the city today, and industrial consumption is also limited. DTEK said power was restored to 2 city districts by this morning. The administration of Odessa also said on Telegram that several waves of drones attacked the city and the region. 4 of them were shot down over the Odessa and neighboring Mykolaiv regions. The administration added that debris from a falling drone sparked a fire at the power facility, which was put out. The Ukrainian military also said air defenses destroyed 8 out of 9 Russian drones launched overnight. Russia launched missile attack from Crimea, Ukraine's Air Force commander. Mykola Oleskuk, the commander of Ukraine's Air Force, has said on Telegram that the missiles had been launched from the Russian-occupied Crimea Peninsula. He added that 2 of them were downed by the Ukrainian forces. Kyiv hit with hypersonic missiles, U.S. Ambassador. The U.S. Ambassador Bridget Brink to Kyiv has said that Russia targeted the Ukrainian capital with hypersonic missiles. Loud explosions in Kyiv. Over the last 5 days, Russia has launched hundreds of missiles and drones against a sovereign country, Brink wrote on X. Ukraine needs our assistance now. There is not a moment to lose, she added. Buildings damaged as debris falls in 4 districts of Kyiv. A 3-story building in the Pechersk district of central Kyiv has been badly damaged following a Russian missile attack that led to missile debris falling in 3 other districts of the city, according to officials. In the Pechersk district, a multi-story non-residential building was damaged, the city's military administration wrote on Telegram. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said at least 4 people were injured. The administration added debris that also came down in the Solomianskaya, Holosyevskaya, and Dnipro districts. Explosions ring out across Kyiv. Several explosions have rung out across the Ukrainian capital this morning as the air raid siren sounded. Explosions in the capital. Urgently to the shelter. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko wrote on Telegram. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.